This is how I sew buttonholes on this shirt. Let's go. Mark the beginning and the end of your buttonhole, then turn your stitch length to 1 or like the teeniest possible without it staying in one place. Start stitching from one end of the buttonhole to the other. Then pivot to the left or the right, whichever you prefer, and do about 2 stitches. Then pivot again and sew to the other side. Do the same pivot with 2 stitches and then pivot with a bit of overlap with the beginning stitch. This machine stitch will just ensure that the buttonhole will be strong and would not fray. And it also acts like a guide when you do it by hand. This is what it should look like. Very thin and fine stitches. Now we have to use a seam ripper to open up the middle part, which is kind of scary, but I'll teach you a way to do it. Make sure your seam ripper is really sharp. So what I like to do is start from one end, carefully wedge that in one side, and then slowly make your way to the middle of the buttonhole. Flip it to the other side and do the same thing until it's completely open. If you feel like you have to push your seam ripper really hard to make the cut, that means it's not sharp, so throw it away. There's also the pin method, but I feel like it's just an extra step and I'm just too lazy. So this is how I do it. Now before you hand sew it, I just want to make sure that the button actually slips through. Oh yeah, that's the one. Grab your needle and thread. I like to use 2 threads at a time so that the buttonhole stitch is kind of thick. You know what I'm saying? Put a knot on one end and let's start sewing this hole. Start your stitch in the back to hide the knot and then poke out your needle on one corner. If there's any stray fibers, you should clean that up first. So from one corner, go through the other corner, but make sure your needle goes through the middle opening. And then you start the blanket stitch on the next one. You can space it however you like. You can make it as fine as you want or as loose. So from the middle opening, you get your needle under and through the other side. And then loop the upper thread like a blanket stitch. I'm kinda doing it loosely because I really need to finish this project soon. Make sure when you poke it from behind, it's still aligned in the front. Keep doing it until you reach the other side. Almost there. After you reach the end, do multiple stitches from the left and the right, like how I'm doing right here. I like to do like 4 stitches, and then once you're happy with the thickness, exit from the middle and secure it with a tiny stitch in the middle. Once that's done, you can now do the other side. This method is probably not the definitive way to make buttonholes, but it's just the way I like to do it. But the end result is pretty and works well, and I like it. Feel free to develop your own style as well. Once you reach the other side, you can do the 4 stitches again with the small lock in the middle. Once you're done, sew through the back and then secure your stitch with a knot. I like doing 2 knots to be sure. Sew a stitch away from the knot. Make sure not to poke through the front so that when you cut the thread, you can cut it really close so it won't have a tail. This is what it looks like after. It's very clean. I think it's actually better than machine buttonhole because the end result is very clean. My machine is also broken, so I don't have a choice. Anyways, you're now left with the beautiful buttonholes and a beautiful button-down shirt. It's actually been a while since I sewn something for myself, so it's kind of nice. Okay, bye.